Hello, Shilohites. Welcome to Mental Health Awareness Challenge number two, numero deux. In the last video, I challenged everyone to answer 4 questions to help them gauge if you are struggling with low or wrong sense of self. It's not too late to start the challenge. I really, really encourage you to join this challenge because it's really important that as a church that we really be more united in focusing on our well-being, our mental health, which are two things that really impact our ability to really receive and walk in the blessings that God has for us and is present in our life. So it's not too late. I encourage you to really get on board and to really try to answer these 4 questions as best as you can. If you remember, question number 1 is, which words would you use to describe yourself to a stranger? Number 2, when you think about yourself, are your thoughts usually positive, negative, or somewhere in the middle? Number 3, am I worthy of others' love, respect, and consideration? And number 4, what things do you do to celebrate you? Now, I'm also doing this challenge. I think it's important that if I'm going to ask you to do something and wanting to be united as a church, it's very important for me to also do it. And whether I've done this before, I think we grow. We should always be open to learning. And so what I may have learned about myself years ago, chances are I've probably missed something along the way. And so I'm also doing this challenge. And as I was reflecting on these 4 questions, I realized that I really struggle with number 4. Number 4 is a struggle for me because I struggle with being present with myself. I've noticed that it is harder for me to be present and be in the moment with myself than with others. Have no issues doing it with clients, with loved ones, people in the church. But when it comes to me, it's always been a challenge. And I've really been curious about what that's all about. Is it because I place more value in celebrating others or place more value in their time that I spend with others than I do with myself? I don't know. It's something that I'm still reflecting on. It's something that I'm really bringing to God to kind of reveal to me. Why is it so hard for me to celebrate me? Because I truly believe that if I can't be present, then I won't and can't be a witness to me. Now, being a witness means that it's something that I observe, it's something that I notice, it's something that I can see. And so if I'm not able to be a witness to me, I won't be able to see and witness my accomplishments, my attributes, the blessings that God has given me, the amazing people in my life, my gifts, my values, everything. I will miss the moments when others are celebrating me, my good and my quirks. And so I think it's so important that I need to be present with myself, right? Not just to see the blessings, but I also, if I'm going to grow and change, and I can't be a witness to myself, whether it's to celebrate myself in my accomplishment or to be able to grow, then I'm probably going to be stuck when others are growing around me, when others are celebrating themselves. I'm not going to be celebrating myself. And so as I was thinking this, I came to a conclusion that essentially I need to stop being a Martha. Now, if you remember Martha in Luke 2, when Jesus visited the house, Martha was so busy running around, caring for everyone. And I believe that even though she was coming from an amazing place, an amazing caring and caretaker and caregiver, she missed out on the fruitfulness of that moment that Mary had with Jesus. And so I do believe that my purpose is to care for others. And sometimes I do get caught up in caring for others like Martha, that I dismiss or deny myself the chance to say, well done. And my ability to say, well done, is me celebrating myself, right? Celebrating myself is to be able to say, well done. Doesn't mean I'm being egotistical. It means that I am acknowledging my great gifts, my blessings, the great things about me. If not, if I cannot be present and celebrate myself, then am I spending too much time looking at the things that I need to improve, the things that I've failed at, the things that I'm getting wrong? And so, number four, I really recognize that I really need to start celebrating myself more. If there's nothing wrong with others celebrating us, however, if we're not capable of celebrating ourselves, we're always going to need others to celebrate us and point out the amazing things in our lives. And if I can do that for myself as well, then imagine the amazing testimonies that I can offer and I can give. So celebrating myself really means that I need to be present with myself. I need to be in the moment and I need to be a witness to me, right? The chance to really hear God say, well done, is an awesome blessing. The opportunity to be so present and be in the moment with myself, to hear God celebrating me and cheering me on. I think that's something that we all want. And so I have to be able to stop and be in the moment and learn to celebrate me more. And being present and being in the moment is a form of me celebrating myself. So with challenge number two, I want us to continue to build our awareness about our sense of worth. You may have high and positive sense of worth, and I think this challenge can also help you to celebrate and nurture that even more. Or you may notice that you have really low or wrong self of worth. This challenge can really help you to make a change. And if you have a balance of both, which is most people, then it's to understand where does that God want you to start tackling. And so to continue to build this awareness about your sense of self, I'm sharing part two of the challenge. And so I want you to take the same piece of paper, notebook, notepad, iPad, whatever it is that you wrote the answer to the first questions on, and I want you to do part one. Step one, which is to make a column. I want you to make two columns. And so one side is going to be the negative and one side is going to be the positive. Step two, I want you to look at your list or look at your answers. And I want you to select a negative word or thought and the positive word or thought that's the most dominant. So it's that thought, it's that word that no matter what you're doing, it always flares its head. It always has a voice. It's the loudest voice that speaks to you. I'm not talking God's voice. I know God's voice should be the loudest. I'm talking our own voice because we go through the day with voices that in our head that we are saying to ourselves. And so what is that dominant? What is that loudest word or thought that pops into your head that really affects your self-worth? This is something that we called in my field automatic thoughts. Positive automatic thoughts can propel us and motivate us to change and grow and amazing things. The negative ones, they can do the opposite. They can make us punish ourselves. They can be very critical. They can be very unforgiving. And so I'm hoping that as you did part one of the challenge, you not only came up with negative things about yourself, you also came up with positive things. Even if it's one thing, it's something to celebrate. And so an automatic negative thought could be, for instance, I have nothing good to offer. I'm stupid. I'm not good enough. I'm ugly. No one will ever love me. God blesses others, but don't bless me. And a positive thought could be, I am beautiful. I'm a go-getter. I'm an inspiration to others. I have gifts that God gives me. I'm a people person. I'm social. I love others. So those could be some words. And so I want you to do one column with the negatives and one column with the positives. Okay. Step three. Step three has three questions. And I want you to answer them in both the positive and the negative column. So question number one is, how or when did this word or thought develop? When did you first notice yourself using the thought or the word to describe yourself? What was that moment like? Did you overhear a conversation about you? Did someone say them or it to you directly? Is it maybe an interpretation of a moment? So question one, how or when did this word or thought develop? Question number two, how is this word or thought affecting your life? Or actually, let me reframe that. How has this word or thought impacted your life? Are there certain rules that you live by, certain assumptions that you make about yourself or others? Is failure an option or is failure not an option? How has the word or thought impacted your life? Number 3, what maintains this word or thought? What keeps it around? Why is it around? You've tried to pray it away, you've tried to push it away, you've done all these different things, and it's still there. It's still there motivating you to change, or it's still there really holding you down and keeping you stuck from really not believing in yourself or thinking that you're worthy. So what keep it around? What are the benefits? Remember, benefits aren't always negative. They can always be healthy and they can always be negative as well. Regardless, the benefits, they serve a purpose. There's a need that is filling, and it could be that need that is filling in the moment that is actually keeping that thought or that word around. What has it cost you? Right. So those are things that I kind of want you to think about. And so part 2 of this challenge, I think it's really important. And as a church, we really encourage you to maximize this month, improve your mental well-being by truly being honest about how you view your sense of self. Once again, if you haven't started, please listen to the video from May 6th, just to get a feel for what we talked about. And if you started the challenge, celebrate yourself and continue with part 2. Practice number 4. We really have to invest in our lives if we're going to see improvement. And I want you to remember that even when the mountain seems insurmountable and impossible, that it takes just one small step. And these challenges could be that small step that you've decided that I don't know what's going to go with this challenge. I don't know what I'm going to find. I may not like it, but right, in the realm of unity as a church, and in believing in self-growth and self-improvement and walking in your purpose and opening ourselves up to all the gifts and blessings that God has to offer us, I really want you to be encouraged by Zechariah 4:10 that says, "Do not despise the small beginning, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin." Just imagine God celebrating you. You making a decision to start this challenge. He's celebrating you. You're celebrating yourself. Even the small step is something to be celebrated. So remember, do not despise the small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. So let's choose to live victoriously. Another way that we can choose to live victoriously, but also really take advantage of what we've been doing for this month, is on June 22nd at 3 p.m. at the church, which is a Saturday. I'll be running a seminar focusing more in depth on these 2 videos. There will be an educational piece, so I'll share more information about self-awareness, self-worth, how it's developed, all those different things. And there'll also be a very practical piece. So that practical piece is where you'll be taken through activities to really help you to start reflecting and really start building your sense of awareness about self-worth. Because you cannot have or improve your self-worth without having that self-awareness. So this video is really also to help you build awareness, understand you. How do you view yourself in comparison to others, in comparison to God? Right? So I'd like at least 10 people, at least 10 people to register for a seminar. I really believe that it will be a blessing to you. And it will really show your commitment to really wanting to be united as a church, but also really wanting to understand your self-worth and how it has impacted you over the years, either propelled you or keep you stuck in the same place, days, weeks, months, years, decades. And so in the meantime, if you have any questions about these challenges, you can reach me at the church at 613-745-HOPE, or you can reach me at the in-person when we're at church, at a fellowship, at a service, whatever the case may be. just pull me aside and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you might have or just, give you a word of encouragement. Also, remember, if you want to delve in even deeper, you can always reach us by email. You can reach Reverend Lorraine for pastoral counseling, or you can reach me for psychotherapy support to help you delve and become more aware of do you struggle with low or wrong sense of self. The email addresses will be on the screen. And so, in the meantime, I wish everyone a happy mental health month and hope to see you soon at church, but also at the seminar on June 22nd at 3 p.m. Take care and God bless.